be bringing onto stage Mayeesa from Campus Greensboro, and very excited to have you here. Hello and welcome.
Hi, so happy to be able to be here today and to speak to you all.
So happy to have you. I will exit the room and I'll let you do your presentation. So enjoy, and
Awesome.
also you can keep an eye on the comments. People may be throwing stuff in, or at the end you can take Q&A.
Okay, sounds great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and see how that works out. And then, there we go. Awesome. Can everybody see that? I think you can. I'm going to try to put it up so I can see you all at the same time. Alrighty, there we go. Um, So, as Brian said, my name is Mayeesa Mitchell. I am the student engagement manager for Campus Greensboro. And I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about what Campus Greensboro is, what we do, and the internship opportunities that we do have available for you all. So, I named this session Exploring a New City Through Paid Internships. As you can see in our name, Greensboro is there. That is where we are in Greensboro, North Carolina. And so it's a really big part of what we do. So here we are in Greensboro, North Carolina. Greensboro is located about an hour and a half away from both Raleigh, Durham, and Charlotte. Durham is to the north of us, and Charlotte is to the south of us. It is the home of 7 colleges and universities. And a lot of people really don't know that about us. It includes a women's college, 2 UNC system schools, 2 HBCUs, 3 private liberal arts schools, 1 law school, and 1 school that is deemed a minority serving institution. So, as you can tell from all of that, it is quite a diverse place that we end up having over 45,000 students within our city during the fall and spring semesters. It also is a city that has a lot of things going on. And I just highlighted one of them on the screen here. We boast over 500,000 miles of walking trails. So if you really like hiking and walking and enjoying nature, that's something that is really great. But we also have so many other activities. We've just built the Tanger Center, which is having its debut Broadway season with a number of Broadway shows coming to town. Wicked just started today, and some other great ones are coming in the coming months. It is a great arts town where there are galleries all over and tons of public art and murals as well. So I really believe that Greensboro is a place where you can find anything that you're looking for within the city. As an individual who transplanted or migrated from New York City, although it's obviously not as big as New York City, it is still someplace where I can find pretty much everything I'm ever looking for. So that's a little bit about where we are. Next, I'm going to focus on who we are as Campus Greensboro. So, Campus Greensboro as an organization was founded in 2018 as a collaboration between the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce and 6 charitable organizations who are really dedicated to supporting workforce development within the city of Greensboro. And so, what we do with Campus Greensboro is we focus on college students within that workforce development portion. We do year round programming and events for students, and that includes our community challenges. This year, we are focusing on cybersecurity, so definitely hit me up if you're interested in that sort of thing. Our Spring Forward program, which prepares seniors and graduate students in their last year to really be prepared for the workforce. And then, most importantly, our Summer Fellows program. And actually, our Fellows program outdates Campus Greensboro. It started 3 years before Campus Greensboro did as an organization and was really the catalyst towards creating what we do as an organization. So, our mission is ever evolving, but it originally was to better prepare our local talent for the workforce, motivate students to explore all that the city has to offer outside of their campus communities, and help students discover career options post graduation. As you can see, that was a bit more focused on students within the Greensboro community, which is where we've been for the last few years. But we really are expanding, and as a result, we are expanding our mission. So it's not just to prepare Greensboro College students for the workforce, but also to prepare students as a whole, and to introduce students that are not in Greensboro to the Greensboro community and all of the career post graduation career options that are available here in our city. One of the things that has been a catalyst for that is really thinking about the impact that has been made on first generation college students, when they've completed school, they've done all of the things that is said that you need to do, but they're still behind. So this, I think, is a great example of that from Chrislette Lewis. It says you're not at the same place as your colleagues, even though you may be just as qualified. You're reaching harder to reach those same goals. So, in expanding our mission, part of our goal is to make it easier for first generation college students to be able to reach those goals by giving them networking and career opportunities. What we do. In this section, I'll focus a lot more on our Summer Fellows program and talk about how you getting involved in that could be an opportunity for you to land a paid summer internship. So our focus at Campus Greensboro is connecting students to paid internships in Greensboro. We work with employers. Which we'll talk a little bit more about later in terms of who those employers are, to make sure that they are providing opportunities to our students in an equitable way. We also facilitate the application process for these internships, and all of those are housed on our website. And then we plan and facilitate programming and events throughout the Summer Fellows program, to make a more enriching experience that is not just focused on your internship, but can help to grow you as a student and help you see a little bit about what Greensboro is. With this idea of creating more equity and expanding our mission in mind, we have updated our eligibility. Initially, you had to attend a college or university located in Greensboro or have graduated from a Guilford County high school to have qualified for our program. But this will be the first year that we have expanded that eligibility to include generation college students from any college or university, both within the US and internationally. So, why the Summer Fellows program? Through our one organization, we give you connections to over 70 employers, over 150 internship opportunities, and we are open to all careers and all majors because we work with so many different employers. This also includes all classifications. So, we accept first year students all the way up through graduate students for these roles. In addition to having that really great paid internship opportunity, you also will be able to have networking opportunities, professional development opportunities. You will be matched with a mentor. You'll have world-class leadership training through the Center for Creative Leadership, and it is considered a cohort model. So we really want you to get that experience of getting to know the other interns that are in the program. This is what a typical week may look like while you're interning with us. It is, you go to your internship, every day, Monday through Friday. But in addition to that, we have fellows events on every Tuesday. So again, that could be a professional development event or a networking event. It could also be something a little bit more fun, like going kayaking, just to get you to experience a little bit more of what Greensboro has to offer. Every summer, we start our event with a mentor dinner, or our fellowship program with a mentor dinner. It gives you an opportunity to meet your mentor for the first time in an environment that is neutral to both of you, so that you can start that relationship. We've really discovered that a lot of those relationships have gone far beyond the 10-week internship program that we have available, and has really helped people to grow their networking, and get advice from people who have been in the field for so much longer. And then on Fridays, we do some planned social activities for you and the other fellows, but it's also an opportunity for you all to take the time to get in the group chat and create those experiences for yourself as well. These are some of the organizations that we have had internships with in the past. As you can see, a number of them are very Greensboro specific, but there are some larger organizations as well. These opportunities span every field. And so that includes engineering, information technology, supply chain management, human resources, marketing, communications, even some arts related opportunities with things like Triad Stage, educational opportunities, working with a number of these organizations, and healthcare as well because of the Cone Health System, which we work with very often. So as you can see, there's a wide array of what we will have to offer you. So, after all of that, what's most important is how do you get involved in this? So, you can apply for these internships at campusgreensboro.org/apply. And our internships are posted on a rolling basis. So every Tuesday, we'll put up new opportunities as they become available through our employers. We ask that you apply early because we send applicant information to the employers every 2 weeks. And so if you're in the first 2 weeks of an internship going up and apply during that time, you're more likely to be seen by the employer, more likely to get one of the first interviews, and therefore more likely to go ahead and secure that internship. We encourage you to apply to multiple internships. You're not bound to any one until you have accepted an offer. So definitely apply to multiple and really expand what you think you may want to do. This is a great opportunity to try something new if you would like to. So definitely think about multiple internships. And then thirdly, continuously check the job board. As I said, internships are posted every week, and they are posted for 6 weeks at a time. So that is the opportunities that you have available. Here are some of the opportunities that are currently uh-oh. Here are some of the opportunities that are currently on our job board. So with Arts Greensboro, which is a local organization, we have our community outreach and education internship up. The Greensboro Science Center is offering a summer camp teaching assistant position, and Launch Greensboro, also known as the Launch Lab, is offering an entrepreneur and program support internship. Marsh McClellan Agency is offering sales and client management internships, and Syngenta is offering a number of different internship opportunities, including regulatory and stewardship, indirect procurement, product analyst tolling, project management, packaging, engineering, and analytical chemistry. So they span a couple of different industries through all of those opportunities as well. So we're asking you to stay in touch in addition to going to our booth today and going ahead and signing up to be contacted by us. You can also sign up for our email list, which will give you an opportunity to learn more about what Campus Greensboro has going on and when new internships are posted. And those will be highlighted in our emails. I'll also put that the link that is to this QR code in the chat, so that you all who may be on your phones still have the opportunity to go ahead and connect to that. See, actually, I'll do that now before I forget. Alrighty. And so lastly, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, especially, is a great place to hear from some of our alumni, hear some of the opportunities that have been available, and also from some of our alumni who have gone on to have full time career opportunities from their internships or from networking with companies that partner with us. So definitely go ahead and check those out in our reels. These are some of the lovely faces of our most recent interns, and we are really excited at the opportunity of having your face be one of the ones featured here. Um, so that's a little bit about Campus Greensboro and why Campus Greensboro. I'm very happy to answer some questions. We have about 15 more minutes left. But a reminder, anything that you really want to know is on our website, is campusgreensboro.org. Or if you have any questions that you don't want me to answer right now or anything like that, you can email me at mmitchell@actiongreensboro.org, and I can put that in the chat as well. So I'm happy to take any questions that you may have at this time. I'll stop sharing my screen now. Are there any questions? I don't know, Brian, if maybe there is a backstage with the Q&A that maybe I can't see.
Um, One thing I was wondering was, is there a certain type of industry that you really have a focus on, or is it really pretty broad? And if so, like, are there specific skills that you're looking for?
It is pretty broad, because we partner with so many
Right.
different employers. It gives us an opportunity to kind of offer a little bit of everything, which I think is pretty awesome for our students. In terms of skills, there are some, with like Syngenta who has chemistry. Internships who are looking for very specific skills like lab skills and things like that, as well as some of our engineering skills. But some of our more general internships, like the one that I featured with Arts Greensboro or Greensboro Science Center, are pretty open in terms of the skills that they're looking for. So there's opportunities for every level, which is one of the reasons that we're offering our internships to first year students as well.
That's awesome. And we get so many questions about if I'm a freshman or I'm a sophomore, are these opportunities for me? So I'm glad you highlighted that, because it's definitely something that comes up a lot.
Definitely. And I know some other folks asked about international students and whether or
Yeah.
not they would be offered. So for our internships, it is up to the employer whether or not they are willing to sponsor an international student. But to make that information as easy as possible, we actually have it on the job description when you go to our job board. So you'll know upfront whether or not they're willing to accept international students.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we get that question a ton all the time too.
Yes.
So that's great to hear. So definitely, if you're an international student, make sure you check it out. Do we have any other questions? You can either throw them in the Q&A, or you can throw them in the chat here that we see on the stage. I am monitoring both. So I'm kind of curious about your own background, how you got started working at Greensboro, and you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
yeah, I would love to hear more about that, and I think so would all the students.
Absolutely. Yeah, I forget to talk about myself. Yeah, so I went to undergrad for communication and business, and I really, really thought I was going to be a journalist and was really excited about that opportunity until I got to my senior year and said, I don't want to do this anymore. And so I ended up going into marketing, and I worked in that field for about 3 years, and also discovered that that wasn't something I really wanted to do. So did a little bit of soul searching and decided that my happiest experiences and where I felt so much of my purpose was working on campus when I was in college. I was an RA, I worked in campus activities, I worked on the yearbook, I did all the things. And so I decided to go back to school, and I got my graduate degree in higher education administration. And so got the opportunity to learn more about working with college students and how to help their development through those years. And then got this opportunity with Campus Greensboro because I was just looking for something that would give me a chance to work with college students on a regular basis, but also to utilize so many of my other skills. And Campus Greensboro gives me the opportunity to do that.
That's great. Are there any opportunities with Campus Greensboro, or is it all with the employer partner?
There will be some with Campus Greensboro. Ours are typically more on the marketing side, but if you are interested in that, we will be posting those soon.
Great. And is that usually for undergraduate or also some graduate students?
We've done both. So if you're available, apply. That's all I can say.
Awesome. And you'll be at the booth today during booth
I will
hour?
be at the booth. I look forward to being able to talk to you all a little bit more in depthly. I know talking on this big stage can be really intimidating sometimes, or even posting a question. So I hope we get some more one-on-one interaction at the booth.
Definitely. And also throughout the day, you'll have an opportunity to schedule one-on-ones. If you're a
Mhm.
student and you'd like to connect, you can ask Mayeesa to schedule one-on-one, and that can be a 15-minute slot throughout the day, and depending on availability. So
Yeah.
we've reserved some parts of the day without any specific material, so that way you have time to connect. So if you're one of the students who is asking if I'm too young to get involved or if I'm an international student, like definitely keep an eye out and definitely connect with me. So do we have any more questions coming in? Would you say there's a specific culture that's pretty similar across the companies you work with, given the localization and working with your organization? Is there kind of a certain vibe that the students can look for in these roles?
That's a good question. I think because they're in such different industries, the culture kind of changes. But one of the things that we promote so much is equity and, being equitable. And so that's why we require all of the employers that work with us to offer paid internships. So I think all of our companies have some level of really understanding diversity, equity, inclusion, and wanting to promote that within their organization.
Awesome. We have a couple questions come in. Victor's asking, what are some of the perks of living in North Carolina?
Ooh, I mean, I guess that depends on who you are. But I personally really love food and and well, Greensboro in general, but North Carolina as well is a great place for food. There's a lot of really small businesses and small restaurants that are very unique to the area and offer some great cuisine. It also is, in my position, the best of all the worlds. So you're about 3 hours from the mountains. You're about 3 hours from the beach. Again, an hour and a half from two of the largest cities in North Carolina, with Greensboro being the third largest city. It also gives you the proximity to so many other states if you're a travel person like me. And so I've been able to just, head on to Atlanta really quickly if that's something that I wanted to do without too much effort. So those are some of the perks that I think I like the best. But I also think just being in a little bit of a slower environment, even though I'm a person from a really big city, I'm at the point in my life where I kind of want to slow down a little bit. Just being a family friendly environment and being a little bit slower paced, but not too slow that you're like, huh, I can't do anything here, are some of the things I've really loved about being in North Carolina.
Cool. We have another question and comment from Michaela. She said, Campus Greensboro sounds like a great opportunity. What are some of your favorite things about your job?
Some of my favorite things about my job is being able to be on college campuses regularly, and not having to be only on one college campus. So I do a lot of recruiting through college fairs and tabling at different institutions within the state of North Carolina. And so I've been able to travel and meet so many different students. I think also the last session was talking a lot about purpose, and big portion of my purpose is really helping students especially reach their goals in life. And so being able to sit down and have opportunities to talk with students and help them think through some things that will help them, reach their goals is something I really enjoy about my job.
That's awesome. Shahid's asking about the QR code. Should we use the same email in the QR code link so it can replicate how I got the link or the connection? I'm not sure.
If you're asking whether or not you use the same email from registering for this today, it doesn't matter. Whichever one you would prefer.
Okay, cool. And then we have another question coming in. Thank you for taking the time. Do you also have full-time positions? And then how do we get in touch with you for open positions we find on the website? And maybe that's the email you mentioned or
Thank you so much for that question. We do not offer full-time positions, but as I mentioned, a number of our interns have gotten full-time positions through either the internship hosts that they've been with or through networking with our employers. And so the opportunity is available. We just don't facilitate that process quite as much. In terms of getting in touch with me, you feel free to email me Mitchell at actiongreensboro.org if you have questions. But every position that is open on the website links directly to the application. So everything that you should need should be there.
awesome. And yeah, just to follow up on that, a lot of the employers, it varies a lot, but sometimes the internship is the primary way that they hire full-time. So it just depends on what year you are. But thank you for that question. Do we have any other questions coming in? We only got a few minutes left. I don't know if there are closing thoughts you'd like to leave us with, or just kind of a summary of the great opportunities there. But really enjoyed the presentation so far.
Yes, thank you. And thank you again for this opportunity. We're really excited about this new eligibility of first generation college students at any college across the country or internationally. And so we're trying our best to expand our recruiting. And this was kind of the first step in that process. So we really enjoy the opportunity to speak to you all today. Again, follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Campus Greensboro, and you'll learn about all of the events that we've got coming up. And we're happy to answer any more questions if you have them either at the booth or at my email, mmitchell at actiongreensboro.org.
Awesome, thank you. And one last question coming through: do you only have summer internship opportunities or ongoing?
Currently, they are only summer, but there have been opportunities to expand those if you would like to. I know a lot of the employers, though, are looking for folks that are in the area and can come into the office at this moment. So that might be a little bit more difficult if you are attending school out of town.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any last questions to sneak in here before we end this session? Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, Mayeesa. That was awesome. Love the presentation. Definitely visit the booth, learn more, connect for a one-on-one. They're open for a lot of cool opportunities. So thank you very much.
Thank you.